Good morning. Today we'll start with fluid kinematics. Timelines. A timeline is a set of adjacent fluid particles that were marked at the same earlier instant in time. Timelines are useful in situations where the uniformity of a flow is to be examined. You can see here, this is channel flow between two parallel walls. Because of friction at the walls, the fluid velocity is zero, and this is the no slip condition, and the top and bottom of the timeline are anchored at their starting locations. In regions of the flow away from the walls, the marked fluid particles move at the local fluid velocity, deforming the timeline. You can see here, when you move away from this here from the initial point, you can see these will be change in shape. So this is timeline at t is equal to t3. The speed near the center of the channel is fairly uniform, but small deviations tend to amplify with time as the timeline is stressed. Timelines can be generated experimentally in a water channel through use of hydrogen bubble wire. When a short burst of electric current is sent through the cathode wire, electrolysis of a water occurs and tiny hydrogen gas bubbles form at the wire. Since the bubbles are so small, their buoyancy is negligible and the bubbles follow the water flow nicely. So timelines produced by hydrogen bubble are used to visualize the boundary layer velocity profile shape. Flow is from left to right and the hydrogen bubbles wire is located to the left of the field view. Bubbles near the wall reveal a flow instability that leads to turbulence. Refractive flow visualization techniques. Another category of flow visualization is based on the refractive property of light waves. As you recall from your study of physics, the speed of light through one material may differ somewhat from that in another material or even in the same material if its density changes. As light travels through one fluid into a fluid with a different index of refraction, the light rays bend. They are two primary flow visualization techniques that utilize the fact that the index of refraction in air varies with density. They are shadowgraph technique and Schleiermacher technique. Interferometry is a visualization technique that utilizes the related phase change of light as it passes through air of varying densities as the basis for flow visualization and is not discussed here. All these techniques are useful for flow visualization in flow fields where density changes from one location in the flow to another, such as natural convection flows. Temperature difference cause the density variations, mixing flows and supersonic flows. Unlike flow visualization involving streak lines, path lines and timelines, the shadowgraph and Schleiermacher method do not require injection of visible fluid or dye or tracer. Rather, density difference and refractive property of light provides the necessary means of visualizing regions of activity in the flow field, allowing us to see the invisible. The image you can see here, shadowgraph of a 14.3 mm sphere in free flight through air at Mach 3. A shock wave is clearly visible in the shadow as the dark band that curves around the sphere and is called a bow wave. So this is your dark band. It is clearly visible and you can see at the back side of this pattern. Now this is due to the because refractive index of air will change with the density and light is passing through the air, so you can see this pattern in the air. So the image is shadogram produced by shadowgraph method is formed when the refracted rays of light rearrange the shadow cast onto a viewing screen or camera focal plane, causing bright or dark patterns to appear in the shadow. The dark patterns indicate the location where the refracted rays originate, while the bright patterns mark where these rays ends up and can be misleading. As a result, the dark regions are less distorted than the bright regions and are more useful in interpretation of the shadowgraph. This is Schleiermacher image of a natural convection due to a grill. You can see this convection here. So a shadowgraph is not a true optical image. It is after all merely a shadow. A Schleiermacher image however involves lens and a knife edge or other cut-off device to block the refracted light and is a true focused optical image. Schleiner imaging is more complicated to set up than is shadowgraphy, but has a number of advantages. For example, a Schleiner image does not suffer from optical distortion by the refracted light rays. Schleiner imaging is also more sensitive to weak density gradients such as those caused by natural convection or by gradual phenomena like expansion fans in supersonic flow. Color Schleiner imaging techniques have also been developed. Finally, one can adjust more components in a Schleiner setup such as location, orientation and time of the cutoff device in order to produce an image that is more useful for the problem. Surface flow visualization techniques. Finally, we briefly mention some flow visualization techniques that are useful along solid surface. The direction of fluid flow immediately above a solid surface can be visualized with tufts, short flexible strings glued to the surface at one end that point in the flow direction. Tufts are especially useful for locating regions of flow separation where the flow direction suddenly reverses. A technique called surface oil visualization can be used for the same purpose. Oil placed on the surface forms streaks that indicate the direction of flow. If it rains lightly when your car is dirty, especially in the winter when salt is on the roads, you may have noticed streaks along the hood and sides of the car or even on the windshield. This is similar to what is observed with surface oil visualization. Plots of fluid flow data, regardless of how results are obtained, analytically, experimentally or computationally, it is usually necessary to plot flow data in ways that enable the reader to get a feel for how the flow properties vary in time or space. In this section, we'll discuss three additional types of plots that are useful in fluid mechanics: profile plots, vector plots, and contour plots. Profile plots. A profile plot indicates how the value of a scalar property varies along some desired direction in the flow field. So this is a profile plot. This is y-axis. This is the velocity u. So profile plots are simplest and free to understand because they are like the common xy plots that you have generated since grade school. Namely, you plot how one variable y varies as a function of a second variable x. In fluid mechanics, profile plots of any scalar variable, pressure, temperature, density can be created, but the most common one used in this book is the velocity profile plot. We note that since velocity is a vector quantity, we usually plot either the magnitude of velocity or one of the components of the velocity vector as a function of distance in some desired direction. So this velocity profile here, which is shown in case of hydrogen bubble produced on a wire due to the electric current flowing through the wire. So this profile can be also represented in this form. Here, one of the timelines in the boundary layer flow can be converted into a velocity profile plot by recognizing that at a given instant in time, the horizontal distance traveled by a hydrogen bubble at vertical location y is proportional to the local x component of velocity u. We plot u as a function of y in this figure. Vector plots. A vector plot is an array of arrows indicating the magnitude and direction of a vector property at an instant in time, while streamlines indicate the direction of the instantaneous velocity field. They do not directly indicate the magnitude of the velocity, the speed. A useful flow pattern for both experimental and computational fluid flows is thus the vector plot, which consists of an array of arrows that indicate both magnitude and direction of an instantaneous vector property. These were generated analytically. Vector plots can also be generated from experimentally obtained data, from PEIV measurements, or numerically from CFD calculations. You had seen in figure 4.4 an accelerated vector plot. So this plot, velocity vectors for the velocity field. The scale is shown by the top arrow. You can see 10 meter per second. As these vectors are defined, the velocity, y and x in 2D plot. So these types of plots can be obtained by experimentally or with the help of computational fluid dynamics. To further illustrate vector plot, we generated two-dimensional flow field consisting of free stream flow impinging on a block of a rectangular cross section. We perform CFD calculation and the results are shown. So this is a block here. The fluid is flowing in this direction. You can see here. This is a symmetry plane. This is another plot which is showing here. Note that this flow is by nature turbulent and unsteady, but only the long time average results are calculated and displayed here. Streamlines are plotted in figure here. A view of the entire block and a large portion of its wake is shown. The closed streamlines above and below the symmetry plane indicate large irrecircular eddies, one above and one below the line of symmetry. A velocity vector plot is shown in figure. Only the upper half of the flow is shown because of symmetry. It is clear from this plot that the flow accelerates around the upstream corner of the block so that in fact the boundary layer cannot negotiate the sharp corner and separates off the block. You can see here. So it is almost the flow had separated from the block without. You can see here in this plot. A close-up view of separated flow region is plotted in figure here, where we verify the reverse flow in the lower half of the large recirculatory body. You can see the reverse flow here. So modern CFD codes and processors can add color to the vector plot. For example, the vectors can be colored according to some other flow property such as pressure, red for high pressure and blue for the low pressure, or temperature, red for hot and blue for cold. In this manner, one can easily visualize not only the magnitude and direction of the flow but other properties as well. Contour plots. A contour plot shows curves of constant values of a scalar property or magnitude of a vector property at an instant in time. If you do any hiking, you are familiar with contour maps of mountain trails. The maps consist of series of closed curves, each indicating a constant elevation or altitude. Near the center of a group of such curves is the mountain peak or valley. The actual peak or valley is a point on the map showing the highest or lowest elevation. Such maps are useful in the not only do you get a bird's eye view of streams and trails, but you can also easily see your elevation and where the trail is flat or steep. In fluid mechanics, the same principle is applied to various scalar flow properties. Contour plots, also called isocontour plots, are generated of pressure, temperature, velocity magnitude, species concentration, properties of turbulence, etc. A contour plot can quickly reveal regions of high values of the flow property being studied. So this is the contour plot, and you can see the dark region will show the high pressure and the low region will show the low pressure. So these two plots are contour plots of a pressure field due to flow imaging on a block as produced by CFD calculations. You can see here, this is the pressure here. So contour line plot where pressure values are displayed in units of Pascal, gauge pressure. So this is up to here about the computational fluid dynamics, about contour line plot and field contour plot. Like this channel, subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.